After Turkey's application, the topic of joining the BRICS group has come under the spotlight. For example, today, at the Far Eastern Economic Forum, the Prime Minister of Malaysia announced the intention to join this transcontinental group. Meanwhile, China, the leading economy of this economic alliance, has been struggling with a debt crisis in the construction sector. The authorities maintain an artificial yuan exchange rate and a weak labor market. So, the excitement surrounding the future of BRICS raises many questions. At the end of this week, investors' attention will be focused on the government reports on the US labor market. Yesterday, Jolly's job openings showed a decrease in the number of open vacancies in the US economy to 7.7 million in July. Analysts had projected a bigger figure of 8.1 million. Thus, the data turned out to be disappointing. The report only confirmed what market participants already knew, namely, that hiring activity in the US market slowed down. Therefore, the US dollar weakened a little in response. Another thing is the report on employment and private business for August presented by the ADP payroll processor. The number of jobs is expected to grow from 122 to 145,000. Of course, by American standards, it's a minor change in employment, but it may be enough for the US dollar's growth. In the excitement before the non-farm payrolls, the US dollar is able to react even to much smaller figures if they relate to the labor market. For example, the number of initial jobless claims declined by only 1,000 last week. Falling unemployment is bullish for the US dollar, so in anticipation of upbeat non-farm payrolls, the US currency was able to recover some of its losses from the previous session. The US dollar index consolidated in the first half of the day in a narrow intraday corridor of 101.10 to 101.40. Global stock investors are unnerved. Today on Wall Street, the S&P 500 index is trading lower within an intraday corridor of 5,503 to 5,552 points. Apparently, weak statistics in the US published this week have already changed the growth outlook for the world's largest economy to a less rosy one. Some analysts suggest that a Fed rate cut of only 25 basis points will look like a luck. In other words, the US regulator is clearly late with such a decision because other leading central banks already began monetary easing in the summer. Risk appetite remains negative and will remain so until tomorrow, until the release of the official data on the US labor market. The euro-dollar pair was able to revive its uptrend today and was trading at about 1.1100 in the European session. Traders cut on short positions when the price was near the upper border of the psychological area of 1.1000 to 1.1050. That's we can already talk about the slowdown in the correction cycle. To push the euro up, the bulls needed to break through the resistance at 1.1100 and stay in this area throughout the day. Otherwise, the price may return to the psychological level. In the meantime, the euro-dollar pair is going to prolong the correction in anticipation of a new momentum for the US currency. Traders will clear up the sentiment on the US dollar as soon as the non-farm payrolls are available. The behavior of traders in the euro-dollar pair still fits into some logical framework. However, the oil market is trading defined market lows. In the light of data from the American Petroleum Institute, which reported a decrease in crude oil reserves by 7.4 million barrels last week, oil prices should have risen in theory. In practice, Brent futures, on the contrary, dropped to the low of December 2023. Currently, oil prices are driven by a speculative financial factor. Technical signals that oil is being oversold are now ignored by the market. Given the overheating of our short positions, the low of December 2023 at $72.30 could serve as a support and trigger a pullback. Still, crude oil may extend its ongoing downtrend. The Russian ruble rebounded yesterday. However, a new wave of sell-offs of the ruble followed immediately, and as a result, it began to strengthen again. Apparently, we are watching a large sell-off. This process is coming to an end. Once it's over, the ruble will begin to lose its position again. That's all for today. We continue to follow developments in the financial markets. Subscribe to our channel and follow news with us.